enough for me. So I'm interested to see how this composition looks like for this team.
Yeah, Waddle part of that Dynasty team, formerly Desire, as you'll see there on the stat. A huge underdog at all of those points, as Pacific are right now. No previous encounters between the two here in the server, but on the attack side, still hunting down their first win in the VCT. It's an A push to start here on Split, and Bippo's already been forced back in screens.
Yeah, happy to play a retake here. That's what happens when you play your weak side. Don't want to take that contact. Bippo not fancying it. And we're in post.
Yeah, two players up in ramp here as well, actually. So Pacific pretty expansive in their control. Open plant for it. The question is all about timing. At what point do they spring this one? Brilliant paranoia in. There's Valorant and Waddle. Valorant again will strike once more. And so Pacific have liftoff in stage 2. A pistol round under their belt, and in-zone flawless, no less.
Yeah, looking to right the wrongs of that last split when they finally had what looked like to be a decent run of form, but couldn't quite get the monkey off their back in terms of getting a round win. But I really like the stat that we had coming into this, right? It was about Waddle playing up against Mini. I want to throw it 1 year further back.
Okay.
He also has history against people and Martin.
Come on!
He played against people and Martin all the way back in 2023 Ascension play-ins. Can you remember which team?
Play-ins? Oh, well, I mean, he still would have been on Desire, right?
No, he was on Focus playing against GMT.
Oh, right, that's true.
And he, yeah, well, already quick opening on B.
Thought I was the historian, mate. You've really gone back in time there.
Yeah.
Here he is again, though. Nice work from Waddle. And just to talk a little bit more about what we saw on the pistol, some brilliant micro, which is something that I want to talk about here with Pacific for a bit, because as we say, on Split, it was the map they were able to win. They played it 7 times, 6 losses. That Eternal Fire game, really rough for them. And honestly, if they were a little tighter on those fundamentals, that was their game to win. So positive signs here early. Heading into all of the remaining mates players on A, however.
Bippo's done well to at least come away with 1, but the last 2 are split up here, Hazza, so fully expecting this one to be easy, but more damage is good damage, and Prox has picked up an outlaw.
Oh, they have no idea, Cairo.
No, they do not. It's in Prox is going to punish them. A Red Bull clutch on the Gentlemate's side, and after Pacific got as excited, Hazza, it's pretty deflating.
As soon as I start to compliment the micro, it's a moment of magic from Prox, really, more than anything else. Picks up this outlaw, absolutely zero expectation about this, and lands both shots. Someone which we'll be talking about at length, I think, throughout this series. New player in the server for mates.
Nice!
But used to living life in Pick. He has played for them before, but a very different player right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that year, obviously here, the 2 splits that he had back in Tier 2, kind of really shaped him up. And to being the player that we expected of him heading in towards last year, that split 2. Valorant does have a rifle.
I was just about to say, and he is one of the A players here, so actually it's a big kill from Valorant to start things off. Utility invested towards ramp to try and recover this weapon. Bippo wants to fight it.
He's got a judge, and up close and personal, that's exactly where you want it to be. So overall, this round is to be done. And imagine being a Dark fan as well here, Hazza. You've got one German on either team, and a German team in play-ins as well. It's an ace for Bippo to close things out, but it is against Pistols.
Yeah, it is against Pistols, but look, this is a big confidence builder for Bippo, of course. I mean, plenty of people in the community calling for his head, but mates know exactly where they want to put their stock.
Well done.
Waddle just entertaining it for now. But yeah, look, they have doubled down on this pick. He's changed over roles, and as an anchor, looking good so far.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, there's actually a lot of history between Waddle and Bippo. As Waddle was reminding me, both playing in that Italian league before it got merged into Spain. Rifle round here for Pacific versus General Mates, and Ninja has already found Prox on B main. Mini's gone exploring with the operator, but there's 2 bodies to hit here.
Yeah, already posted well up in Garage, and you can see how patient Pacific are being. 2 players to the good. And there's another arriving here in Martin. It's just going to slot into the corner. The spike is heading towards B. They're going to go straight into Mini.
But they still have clearing utility in Waddle. Well, the operator's seen. Still trying to go for more, but they're not going to clear Martin. Shot's not hitting, and the rest of Pacific finally collapse on. But it settles in a 2-on-2. You look at the last two remaining players, split up once again.
One coming in from Tower, that's Valorant. Has a molly, that's about it. Time ticking down. They can still overwhelm Mini here.
Yeah, but he's still going to take that chance, that one-on-one. You complimented the micro Hazard, but there, that is really, really poor. Giving Mini one-on-ones and coming away with a 3K in the end.
Yeah, Mini stepping into the duelist role, showing that there are no bounds to his own personal confidence. And just an exhibit of his own mechanical ability in this situation. Another ace for Bippo, but now Pacific find themselves on an eco yet again. I think it was the Fnatic game where we probably saw the best of their attack side so far, from what we've seen. Composition much changed since then. It's a solo duelist archetype that they're playing with now, and sort of all focus on Seven, maybe getting a showstopper here.
Trying their best, trying to even overwhelm Heaven. Bippo is the one under fire, and he's going to go next. And we're back to 5-on-4 with a rifle in the hands of one of the Pacific players.
And in the meantime, though, I think you've got to be looking at where Starso has managed to get himself out into middle. Can hear any rotations deep in spawn, of course, when Pacific starts sprinting. And should there be a player drifting into middle, he has control of that as well. It's enabled this big A lean that you're currently seeing, and Prox is already well ahead of that potential rotation.
Seems as if Pacific, for the most part, they'll have an idea about perhaps losing this space and not going to run. As you said, remember, there's ultimates that are close to being online for Pacific, and with B main open, they can pick up an orb and set themselves up right.
This is really nice awareness being shown by Pacific at this point in time. Looks like they are just going to cannon on towards B now as Valorant does get spotted towards A. The Viper still trying to sell some of that pressure as much as possible, but has done his job perfectly. Honestly, a post-plant situation here could look nice for Pacific, but if you've got any real chance of them winning it, extra ground must be taken.
I don't like that, though, because Pacific didn't prioritise the orb, hoping to use the disguise of no sound to their advantage, but Spike was going down, and yeah, I mean, I think that would have favoured them massively in post.
Big talking point right now, though, is that there's a double flank coming in from mid, open plant. As long as the players on site can stall it out, they have a huge chance here.
Yeah, but Waddle has his Nightfall online as Pacific managed to make things work. A kill for Seven brings the showstopper online, and Gentlemates fall apart. And a motor thrifty for Pacific to get their second round.
Yeah, it's a fantastic round from Pacific. Well called by Cupid. Good discipline not to make noise on the rotation. Brawl together as a group to find the opening kill. Super early call to double flank back in through mid. And when we were just wondering what Seven's duelist was going to look like, with a glimpse in stage 1, he hauls them through with the team on his back.
Nice stuff from Pacific. And managing to get themselves back into this, worrying that perhaps the momentum could get away from them. Quick opening in towards main. Once again, this operator being shown by Mini.
So an early idea. What is the reaction from Pacific? Looks like they're going to just accelerate straight into the site. Seven skipping across with the blast pack. Joined up now by Cupid through the smoke. Mini is still hanging around under Heaven, and he's good for at least one, but the trades are perfect. Pacific in play. Valorant again. Scalping player on player, and leaving only Starso behind.
Spike planted.
Pacific have not only converted their eco, but they've bound it back to back with a rifle buy. Starso can stand no longer, and we're on even terms.
Now we are just in the glimpse of an eye. Gentlemate's economy might not be in the best states, considering they keep buying up the operator. It's a heavy investment, and they may be paying that in the next round. This is where I want to bring it back to earlier talking points. I was talking about the history that Waddle has, especially with Bippo. Played against him in Focus.
Sure.
Also played against him in the Italian League. Do you know what the record is?
I couldn't tell you, mate.
7-0 in favour of Waddle.
Really? Okay. Well, could he turn the tides? You're already seeing a great debut from him. First time in VCT. Currently leading the way for Pacific. Makes up part of this mid play as the Prowler is heard on the other side of the smoke. Starso just letting him know where he is. Drops off through vent. It's a much heavier A lean from Gentlemates here. 4 players towards the site, which Pacific are starting to congregate towards.
It's only going to go 3 for now, was the check with the Prowler and Ned. Nobody from Pacific heard that. So now we have the stack set up, the trap to spring, and Pacific walking straight into it unbeknownst to them. Looks like a haunt is being prepared by Waddle. And you're really hoping that this hits exactly where it needs to, or else you're going to, oh no, fall into the hands of Gentlemates. They've done it, it seems.
Ooh.
The Sheriffs have hit, and Show has the ultimate. It lands on Waddle.
Bam.
He's got the first one cleanly, but the rest have rifles now. That's a real issue. Spike in no man's land. 30 seconds to work with, and Waddle has a massive task ahead of him. Unfortunately, it does go Gentlemate's way. Hazza, where does it go wrong?
It's another Emoda Thrifty, and I've got to say, compliments to that Fade Eye from Starso. The counter utility, when you were just talking about Waddles there, reveals a bunch of players. Allows the support to come in through Heaven. You see it for a fraction of a second there as well. Plays in Mini from backside. Martin gets the ult online, wastes no time in using it. And the gamble stack pays off. So Gentlemates retake the lead on this defender's side, but Pacific still have money to keep them honest.
Viper's pits on either side going to be important when we get towards post. Interesting. Usually we see it used early, but Bippo not opting for that, playing on site as an anchor.
Pacific found success from their direct B play before, and here is the ultimate in response from Bippo. Full coverage of backside towards the pillar, teeing up Prox. Try and support him in this endeavor, as Seven is the one who's going to be swinging around the side, spots where the smoke has come from, but does he dare head into the pit? Waddle planting on the edge of it in the one safe pixel that he has. Bippo takes that one onto Seven in the meantime. In this period of transition, it's Cooper that's to try and hold the line, and Cooper walks away with 2.
Good bullets.
They have allowed this space for Gentlemates to go unchecked because Pacific is still finding the jewels that they need. One more through the Nightfall, but now it's only Ninja remaining. Snaps onto the first, it's clean. But he's up against Prox on the other side, and the plant isn't complimentary. Ninja will stop him dead in his tracks, and it's a Red Bull clutch for Pacific.
Just chaos in the site. You can see Gentlemates try to flood back in, using the Viper's pit to their own advantage, but Pacific cheeky and catch them off guard. I mean, it's a bit sloppy on either side, you have to be honest, has it? And it ends up Prox, I feel as if his own smoke working against him there.
It's the decision to then walk through it. I think he's hoping that Ninja will panic in that situation, dive into an unfavorable duel.
Toxins going up.
Ninja, though, someone who certainly found his confidence last stage, started to pass the eye test for me, and that's only continued since. This round, a chance for Pacific to springboard themselves and take a leap forward. Alarante's already done so with a double dink, and then the trades through middle are only going to help out. So a 4 versus 2 situation, and it's only Prox left on this B side now.
Mini is here, he does have a rifle on his hands. 10 HP will not allow him giving away the information as Prox to his teammate. By this point in time, Pacific have their trades, they have their information, they know how to play this one. I think Mini wants to try and save up here. Or is he going for a flank?
I mean, you look at the money for mates, they're going to be able to buy up in the next, I think. So Mini does give it a go, but Alarante drops him, and Pacific are back in front.
Yeah, 100%. And I think already it's actually looking pretty decent for Bippo right now as well. 10 and 8 but in terms of your site anchors. But it's elsewhere where there is issues, and that's why we're going to get Gentlemates going for their first timeout.
Yeah, it's Kundi since Santiago.
Okay, apologies.
2 appearances against Liquid, both going against them, either of those results. Now, looking at it here, there is that follow-up purchase that I was talking about on the mate side, but money's on a knife's edge. This is not a comfortable situation for them. Pacific can really pile on the pain with a round win here. And again, it's another round where mid-control has come all too easy to the attack side. Little resistance shown by Bippo as he moves over towards the A site where the hit will be coming in.
Yeah, Gentlemates have went stronger towards the B side of the map. This is going to be an issue should Pacific get in behind, and they're using the wall, the timing good, and Martin going to miss his chance.
So it's full isolation into heaven here. Martin's got to go huge, and while he gets to, Ninja can match him for that effort. It's Mini creeping up, but the res coming through. Wants to take the timing off his own ult to peek back in. Caught by the blind on the very edge, so still it stays 3-on-3, and that's when Pacific strike. Advantage taken by Waddle again.
Starzo going for a flank, doesn't have a kill to his name yet, so Prox is the first one on site.
Prox is early to play in that paranoia. The C's just a step away from his feet, so no tether for the time being, but it's Alorante closing up the distance that you've got to keep in the back of your mind. He'll find the kill at the perfect time. And now Starzo will continue his empty streak in this first half. Unfortunately enough for him, Pacific with a 2-round cushion.
Yeah, still mates with Owen. Is 2 rounds away from finishing out this half. Pacific, this attack side, looking pretty decent.
Yeah, it has been. I've just been impressed more than anything, the priority in terms of the space that they're taking with this comp.
Yeah.
Of course, the Sage is really nice to just control certain areas that Seven can then fly into. We saw it a lot with Na'Vi yesterday. It's a mixed investment from mates. Full focus on the final round for them, but if they can find one more here on the defense, it's honestly not bad of a result.
Yeah, it's a tricky one to try and maneuver if you're Pacific so far. Giving up full mid-control to the defense, but not that they've taken it. You can see now that Gentlemates have shifted positions on the map to actually cover ramp because they manipulated that against them last time.
Watch them run.
Not seen Pacific all too willing to contact out into that space yet, so mates have the right read in terms of positions. Still further pressure created towards B, and Seven actually just for a moment dodged the Prowler, eventually does get spotted. Now setting up for a split execution, a re-engage towards B.
It's into the judge, and I mean already gives itself away. Pacific know that they need to be careful as they try and scale in here, and well, the utility good. And there's even a defensive Nightfall to try and hold on to this site, but time is getting low, and there needs to get a move on from Pacific. They're able to get the entry kill. That was through 7 onto Prox, and still Starzo fights, and still he can't get a kill. Bippo in the corner with his judge, able to get 2 of his own. There's a rocket from either side, but it's Martin who connects. Advantage to the defense. Cooper trying to fight his way through and does. Spike can go down. But it's Mini coming back in with a Sheriff. He's seen one. But can he get a clean fight? That's what he wants. Rifle out now. Bullets there. Health maybe not as advantageous as he would have wanted it. As both players now have an idea. Cooper swings and Alorante converts. That was close for a second, but Pacific have their advantage.
Valiant effort on the Pacific side to battle back from the brink. It's Cooper with so much impact, but really for me the focus again has to be Seven. These entries have been fantastic, just proving their worth in terms of mechanical ability and digging in deep when it's asked of them.
Inshallah.
A lot calmer than the Vamos that we were used to. We just get a BN for now, and that's the culture change that we've seen in Stage 2.
A lot more reserved. They know that things can go wrong. They've seen it. I mean, you think back to that Eternal Fire series. We thought that we were going to get the first series win, Pacific. It's not ended up that way. Gentlemates tried to get on towards site. Still Starzo can make it work. Martin now under fire. We know he's good for it, but he can't do it this time. Although, from the grave, the grave gets one more. Gentlemates in a decent spot. Ninja left behind.
Last player standing.
And then ended up with Gentlemates picking up the last couple kills.
Yep, and that's going to be it. A 5th round on the half for them on the defender's side is honestly not too bad in actual fact, but when you look at some of the ecos that flipped either way, Pacific will probably be feeling like a missed opportunity on their behalf. Before the match though, Frankie wanted to hear what Thinky was thinking, so after the replays, we'll get to hear from him. 2-round lead for the single duelist Pacific here, and I have to say, been very impressed with how they've controlled the game. Controlled the tempo at times so far in this one. Now it's Gentlemate's turn, and on the attack side, they're going straight for the A play. We've seen a lot of this on Pistols, and already it is Waddle overwhelmed and backtracking.
Yeah, happy to give up that space. Exactly how Gentlemates played their pistol. Many playing around the edge of the smoke though.
Yeah, just going to get taken straight out by Ninja. Had a better idea of it, and now Gentlemate's the ones without the space.
Yeah, but look at Seven, he's so late to the party, and now Gentlemates go advantage on site.
Yeah, Pacific's still just waiting for Seven to arrive so they can actually get this one started. Reeled back quite a bit. Starso still with the C's, of course, to slow it even further. Nade, Paranoia, plenty of tools on the Pacific side to answer this, but they continue to bide their time. The C's only just unsnapping itself from them.
Last player standing.
But as the tether's released from the ankles, Waddle is unleashed. Another 2K, make it 3. Is there enough time to get it through? Just about. And so Pacific double pistol on split.
Yeah, a fantastic pistol in the end, especially with how late in the day it was coming in. Nice spam from Ninja.
He's actually looking for the planter there, I think, up on the box.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, really. But I mean, if you're Pacific, you're taking that.
I think if you're Pacific, you've been waiting for a little bit of luck.
Yeah.
We kick off hand stage one. I missed that.
He did he blessed himself.
Okay. Okay. Well, divine intervention, any kind of higher powers. They're smiling down on Pacific as it stands. A clean anti-eco would do brilliantly for their bonus. Of course, they lost it in the first half. That made all of the difference. But there are numbers here, 3 bodies to back this up. And one of them is Ninja. He's been having a fantastic day in the office so far.
Spike down.
And that's not going to stop in the face of a couple classics.
It's lovely. I think a big question I had coming into this match, right, after the end zone flawless, but was that I was wondering about Pacific's roles, because Ninja and Waddle have a lot of overlap in terms of playing that scan initiator, and I was worried that Ninja would be displaced after having such a great split one, but it doesn't seem to matter what agent he is playing. He looks absolutely spot on.
I think just both of them such flexible players anyway. Of course, as you mentioned, Waddle, 50% of his overall officials career-wide on Sova. On the fade here, his second most played, and looking good so far. Coming back to Ninja, he's blocked off B. Sage Wall is up early with a judge behind it. And this bonus has credentials. Couple Bulldogs in there as well. And 3 players grouped up to defend middle.
Yeah, you've got to be looking at the attack and what they have to throw at them. The utility, not so great, and you can see Gentlemate's so hesitant to pull the trigger.
Paranoia was a little early on the Pacific side. Gentlemate's just wondering if they're still inhabiting this space, and it's a nasty surprise when Alorante pops up. 2 kills from the Bulldog with Cupid left as residual. Do they dare clear the corner? Timing is off. Could have had Martin. Does in the end. And Ninja is there to scoop the round up at the very end. Double digits for Pacific. Bonus in the bag.
Yeah, there was a hesitancy about it because they wanted to play the trap. They wanted the re-clear. But somehow Alorante still comes out with 2. I mean, overall, Gentlemates, I don't think they're impressing me that much.
Come on, hey, come on! Let's go, bro.
I mean, this is the thing, right? With Pacific being sat flat at the bottom of the standings, 12th on championship points, no wins to their name right now. It'd be easy to underwrite everything that their opponents do as, you know, just playing against a bad team, right? And that Gentamates are the ones making the errors, but been pretty impressed with them so far, all things considered. And this a 4 versus 3. Chance maybe for the wheels to come off, and oh, that shot onto Ninja now gets you really worried.
You can already see players starting to move into position, playing behind, playing reserved. Valorant, when he takes the fight, is able to spray down the last 3. Lovely stuff. Pacific 2 away from a map win.
Something else that I'll say is very different about this Pacific side right now is just how vocal Waddle is and what a difference that makes for the vibes in the team. I feel a completely different energy just walking past them in the tunnel earlier to what we had before.
And I think I'd go as far to say I think there's a little bit more belief in this team as well.
Oh my god, we're disgusting.
They know they
We're
have time as well.
You like the
Yeah.
Only a couple of teams from each group are seeded directly into playoffs.
That run, and we're like, all right, okay, that's a team to contend with. I'm not saying that Pacific are there, but for me, Gentlemates are kind of on that same level as that Vitality roster last year.
Can be so easy to get ahead of yourselves, but as you say, in this league, sometimes it only matters when it comes down to crunch time. But Pacific are on a positive path. 7 on the other side of this wall. Full disrespect to Bippo and just ushers him out of the way in a lobby. Near 4 players ready to activate on this mid space where Gentlemates are searching into, and Pacific stop them dead at the gates. Mini dives in, Starso not too far behind, both of them killed.
I have the spike.
Well, with the B site left firmly open, it's just trying to get by this heaven spot.
Double stack.
Yeah, the smokes just came back up for proc, so should be able to get across with little to no issue.
Actually looks like a bit more of a retake protocol now from Pacific, worrying about the potential of mid control as well. They want to regroup. It's a long rotation for 7 and Waddle to try and make through spawn, so they are just going to bide their time.
I mean, at the same time, someone can take a peek if they really want to. Valorant does have the res, but you don't want to use it here and now. So the body's ready to come back in, looking to dot their I's, cross their T's, and clear out and smoke out every nook and crevice. That's exactly what Pacific do, but Martin is still able to send 2 blinding shots into the mix. Procs as well. Martin can't quite get round the corner and win the round. So Pacific find themselves on map point.
And not only are they on map point, it is a 7-round lead to which Gentlemates have no answer on this attack side so far. Timeout behind them, little difference in terms of its impact as of right now. Cairo, this would only be their 2nd win on the map if they were to do it from this position. But as it looks ever more likely, this is a dominant way to take the map.
I mean, we spoke about it right coming into today. We were speaking about the kind of records on maps. And I say to you, Pacific only have 1 map win out of all the maps played. On all 3, only 1 map win on split. It's insane that they could double up right here and now, and I mean, they look absolutely brilliant. Vipers put in towards mid. That shortens your opportunities. And I think it forces Gentlemate's hand into a quick B-pop.
Fully blinded up though, Martin still searching out something with this showstopper, unable to find it, and then you start to look at the retake for Pacific. Ooh. So many tools, not much utility bank left for mates here as the nade exits Martin's pocket.
Look at this flank though, Hazza. They could catch out Bippo.
Bippo's only going to get 1 though. How many did he spot? Prox is interested, at the very least he'll go looking, but it's Ninja again to double up.
It's so claustrophobic on site.
And with Pacific having the numbers now, it's their chance to overwhelm. On the warpath towards only a 2nd map win in this year's campaign. 7-1 holding the torch. The rest of Pacific following suit. From Pillar, Starso will fall, and that is it. 13-5. Not only do Pacific pick up the map, they destroy the mates on it.
I mean, Pacific, a completely new look for them. They look brilliant coming in.
Since their last action in Berlin, Cairo, but Pacific now with a chance to take their 1st series in the VCT this year.
Gentlemates line 4 players outside of B, and it's Valorant to receive. Well, it doesn't receive much, actually. Backs away, and happy with how this has started out, but we are going to get a mid-re-clear from what I see as Pacific start to move towards that B side.
Yeah, Alorante is still hesitant of this, of course, behind his own Viper wall, trying to get some early spam. Ninja's got the barrier mesh in A main as well, and I think this deadlock is something we've got to be thinking about consistently too, with the initiator changes. Deadlock also received an improvement to the GravNet, a reduction of the cooldown. And that's what the tool is there for, right? It's a little bit of extra stopping power, and it's going to need it in just a moment as Gentlemates have called this rotation towards his neck of the woods.
Well, as GravNet hopefully used to delay, has taken a little bit of damage, and now calling for people to come and help out as that pace begins to accelerate, but they walk straight into Cupid's barrel. And we go even across the boards.
Yeah, fight in middle though here. I mean, Pacific just want to push Bippo out of the equation. They do. Backline secured. Now into a retake 4 versus 3.
Yeah, Starzo still waiting for that recon dart to come up, but the utility, it's not locked out at all. And onto side they walk. Pacific ready to run down Gentlemates. But it's a 1 versus 1 for Prox to try and defend. And he can't do it. Spike doesn't go down. A big pistol round win.
Yeah, another pistol round for Pacific. 3 from 3 in the series. These are the sorts of situations where you take those small wins and turn it into something so much bigger. Nice early stall from Ninja, buys a little bit of space and time. The isolation of Bippo is perfect. The Cypher may be playing his hand a little too soon trying to catch the rotation. And when it comes down to these retakes, the micro, the sort of thing where Waddle is starting to show a bit of leadership here too. Pacific looking so much better than they did last stage.
Already the net used to delay and maybe bait people out, but once again it's pressure trying to be placed on towards B as Seven hasn't connected any of his outlaw shots. Remember, that's had an nerf, and Valorante's Spectre under fire and under pressure and can't live up to the task. Cupids can, and right now
Spike
Pacific
down,
looking
mid.
home and dry.
Only Mini remaining. They know all too well where he is, and it's going to make for a healthy bonus. I don't want to say a super strong one. There are 3 Spectres in there, Cairo, so you know, not rifles, not going to have too much stopping power at longer ranges. But in terms of the fights, I mean, Sunset as a map, lots of tight choke points, probably fares pretty well. And again, the way Pacific have been handling mid as a group so far has been pretty impressive. Looks like more of the same here.
Overall, Pacific looking to give absolutely nothing away. Alorante once again just playing behind his wall. Seeing if anyone is going to peek out and trying to deny the camera getting any information. Mid completely vacated by Pacific.
A drone coming in, so Alorante can break this, allow Seven to maintain control of the line, even looking for a little more. It's 140 onto Martin, can heal back up using the wall, does so, but Mini's already found the entry point. Up through top mid, into the realm of Ninja. He's the next to go, and Alorante, in attempting to follow this up, should be dead. He isn't. It's a rifle picked up and half a chance here for Pacific.
Yeah, but they've still got an outlaw to retake with and a body down. This is going to be big problems, but there is a flank.
Yeah, and there's a player left behind in mid here. Bippo still on the back foot as Prox has shut down the initial part of this retake, and there is nothing left to be said of it now. Only water remaining, that flank that you talked about, and Gentlemates do break the ice with just the 1 casualty as it stands.
Big for them to get momentum started. I think it's interesting to see the 2 different takes so far on Sunset as Starzo struggles to get over the line with Waddle.
Yeah, he was 0-2 there as well, and I was just wondering, Starzo, come on, let's not have another slow start. I think that makes a big difference as well. You know, he's an emotional leader for the team.
Yeah.
You want to see him at least be able to pick everyone else up if he can't perform. And in doing so, Gentlemates with a goodbye here into the first full gun round between the 2.
And it's with an A-trap ready and set up. You can see pings going out, and they've guessed right with how they've placed it. And already, the fast lane giving that away. Cupid denying Mini any more space. And Valorant caught out on B main. Oh, it's again not the nicest of fights, but Pacific's still fighting and still getting over the line. That spike left in spawn so that Prox can get that plant down early.
Yes, going to be Starso hanging around in mid for now, though. Prox aiming to delay this at least a little bit.
Oh, but doesn't hit shots.
Starso so far away on this wraparound.
Yeah, Prox needs to defend this space and defend it vehemently. Can't quite do it, can't quite get the fight, and he's running out of bullets. The players now know about his position, the classic going into the smoke, and still makes it work. So Prox now trying to chase down the last remaining Gentlemates player and can't do it. Messy. That should have been a Pacific round.
Yeah, Prox does exceptionally well in the end, but as you say, Pacific with a missed opportunity there to maintain their lead.
Yeah.
Starso so far away, it's when just this awkward timing trying to push out the smoke there where he gets caught.
I don't know about Valorant pushing out there though. When you've got that A-trap set up, you're playing weak side, you have to play a little bit more reserved there.
Yeah, potentially. I think Valorant is always one of those players that's always going to back his own individual ability. So, you know, you take that, live and die by it. Solo Neon aggression here from Seven in A main with the stun on what is only a pistol purchase right now. This wall is so nasty from Martin. Can't shoulder peek, else you take damage.
He's one away from the run it back. That's what he's wanting to try and fight for. Most importantly. Gentlemates though, very slow in the uptake this round. Don't want to get caught off guard. We've seen them lose Thrifties before. In terms of map space, they've not got a whole bunch.
Yeah. It's that initial exchange on A that Pacific are now gambling off of, as Seven is the only player there for the time being. Mini's gotten out, Ninja's on the edge of this Viper wall, but yeah, they're going to head back in his direction. Seven on 67 points of health with his Sheriff in elbow. Not going to last too much longer there. Prox cutting it out, stamping out any of these issues as Martin's run it back is dropped without a pickup. Waddle, one back in the conversation, 4-on-4 through middle as that flank is removed again.
Yeah, Seven is going to be able to pick up that rifle, but once again, he'll be late to the party.
Pacific really leaving this till the dying embers for their retakes a lot of the time, but the success rate certainly showing improvements since last stage. The brunt of the push coming in from Link here, and Alo's managed to pick up another for his troubles, but Martin rallying back with exactly what is asked of him. A couple for him, couple for Mini, and between the double duelists, they've done what was required. Mate in front for the first time.
Yeah, first time in what feels like a long time.
30 seconds left.
Starting to deal real damage to Pacific's economy. You can see the priority in getting the run it back online.
Nice, boys. Come on, boys! Oh, miners. Yeah.
His what? I don't know what that was. But as we're heading into this round here, we are going to get a chance to listen in on Pacific's side. And I think that's interesting to see what a difference has been made with the player change.
Barrier deployed.
Well, it would have been nice. We'll have to wait a little bit longer for that one.
It was just a joke.
Yeah.
Just a little prank.
Yeah, well, it's the gun round, you know. Not too important.
Keeping everyone on their toes.
Yeah, Bippo especially. Again, Pacific have been pretty good with dealing with this mid space. You can see two players pushed up on the B limit, but it's Ninja, the sole defender of A right now, that's in some hot water.
Oh, and Cupid caught out in the open. Still, Pacific look to contain the situation while two players are flanking round and clearing out mid. But Gentlemates, they've adjusted and they've not allowed for any lurkers to be hanging around, and Ninja gets caught himself.
Yeah, they're going to cancel this actually, Pacific. Couple bullets from the gun of Mini. And they're stopped dead in their tracks. Ninja dying in the alleyway beyond a smoke. Pacific were really just trying to obfuscate where that retake was coming in from. They were looking to go a little heavier on the back line. But Gentamates adapting nicely, a little more aware of what's going on. And they've found quite a lot of success, actually, just with these direct sight hits.
Yeah.
Into a Deadlock Viper composition, you're expecting them to be able to stop them, but the gaps have been approached nicely by mates.
That they have. I mean, even the fact that Mini hits the sonic sensor and still gets away, difficult for, and a little bit hard done by our Pacific, but we should really be seeing more capitalization on that utility. And I think as well, like I just called my mind back to Cupert's time on Liquid Academy and just think about whether this was ever really a map that he was good at calling. I don't ever really remember him having a great kind of record on that map.
No, Sunset was actually a pretty decent map for Liquid Academy. I don't know, 2024 it would have been Apex when he was on Desire in groups there, and 2025 last year, of course, it was BBL Pacific in the Grand Final. A Grand Final which they did very well to get to, but now he represents the organization that he previously faced. And looking at it here, Pacific need something to jumpstart Sunset, because first couple of rounds were good, but it's in these purchases where they've really started to fall away now. Mates defaulting effectively, and finally a little bit of proactivity being shown by the defense.
Hunter's Fury not connecting any bolts, but as you see, proactivity down mid and Pacific taking map space away from their opponents. Obviously, this not being a priority could be an issue for the attack. Although already out on B, these steps should be heard.
I mean, that's the thing. Pacific have the perfect position to interrupt this. That contact out on B is going to mean nothing if the spike doesn't arrive.
That's if it does. Starzo doesn't get away. The players of Valorant and 7 are ready to fight that paranoia good though. And it's up to Valorant to hold things. Deny the spike. Get through! The headshot king of Valorant. That spike goes all the way into Waddle's arms, and now we look at Mini. 3v1. It should be done. Valorant has done exactly what is needed. And Mini 11 and 3 right now. Time ticking away. It should be done. 7 should now know the player's running for the hills. Valorant wants the last, but will not get it.
Is that time? Oh, yeah, he's got the plant.
Well, it's going to be the ultimate to finish things out. It ended up getting close. Pacific again, showing his little lapses in their play, but Valorant individualistically looked great.
Yeah, and look, I think he has impressed throughout so far in this series. Every time he's been put under a microscope, you're seeing those little corrections in his play. Such an effective player, and has been for many, many years. I mean, way back in the day, part of Heretics, I think it was.
This guy's a mathematician, bro.
Been in VCT before.
The mathematician.
Not sure about that one, but
because he's got his angles.
He has subtracted a couple of players from the equation, that's for sure.
Well, Gentlemates have heard all the ruckus going on the B side and have immediately pressed the go button on A. Waddle not getting his chance, forced away at this time.
Yeah. But Pacific, their game plan on this round with the B set piece should be for an A retake. Aware of this gap, but what a kill onto Pacific. Cupid more specifically there.
Spike planted.
Well, Alarante's making that space go away in towards the main. 7's here, and he's got the equaliser.
Yeah, big kill back. Still a bolt left in the Hunter's Fury, and Mini's gone deep.
Oh, he's going for the next one. 7 caught out. Ninja not quick enough on the trade. Oh, where is Alarante amongst all this mess? Is Martin and Bippo finish out the round? The lead extended back to 2.
Yeah, Gentlemates picking up where they left off, back to winning ways. 5 from 6 for them, even with the timeout. And while you could see what Pacific were trying to do here with that initial aggression, nothing falling into their lap. Strong reaction from mates heading A-wards. And ready for the retake.
Nobody's going to give you anything for free though. Pacific need to go and take that. Gentlemates attack, looking how we expect it to. When we look at this mid-brawl starting to brew.
Yeah, 7 initially though that tries to put the pressure on. Another stun in towards Garage. It's Ninja that finds the kill in mid on Bippo, though. Again, not been the easiest time for him in that position. 7 left behind on site. He's got to defend this solo. Pacific not looking to flood, not too eager.
Yeah, and Gentlemates stopped at the door. They can go back. They can go towards B, but they're going to deposit Starzo.
He's left in the eye of the storm. Pacific with no bounds to this proactivity. 7 finds another kill, this one binding, as Martine's ultimate was already expended. Perhaps just looking to recover that weapon if they can in a moment's time, because they've got numbers heading back into a situation where the spike goes down, and Waddle's actually sighted Mini in transition here as well.
Now Pacific playing for their advantage. Gentlemates need to try and get one back in their favour. Take a step forward, try and get a fight back. Needs to be clean, and that's why we look at Mini right now.
Go, go, go!
They're just trying to push the issue on the front line. See if he can move the needle in any way. Martine sat behind him with a flash for contact. So that extra layer of support is queued up and ready to go, but Prox has already taken a boatload of damage through Market. That's when Mini looks to take the timing. Waddle wins it out with only a ghost in his hands. And all of a sudden, there are big issues for Gentlemates here. Cupid with the defuse right under their nose. And there is little left to be done here for Prox in this situation. Pacific bring it back within 1. It's an Emoda Thrifty to get them there.
Hey, Pacific's Thrifties actually don't look too bad. There's thought behind it. The way that they're able to isolate players. I mean, Starzo goes hunting on his own, but Bippo, you can understand that he's the luck player. And that's exactly what Ninja does. So from there on in, it's just snowballing really for Pacific.
So a Gentlemates timeout onto this attack side for the first time. So again, this slow style, which Gentlemates have been playing for the most part, does favour the weaponry choice here. And actually, you're seeing a heavy mid focus from Pacific to greet him. A big exchange to start this key round.
This time, Gentlemates will fill mid with players and bodies ready to fight. Mini getting a line all the way through on towards Market.
And from the mate's perspective, this feels like a setup tailored to punish that aggression from Pacific in trying to spot out this lurk.
Same time, Pacific, all they're doing is denying any exits from mid. That's really the game plan. 7 holding on towards top mid. Mini can't connect his operator's shot. Still looking to fight forward. The duelist dies.
Opens up another lane here for Gentlemates, as we've not seen a market take from them in a while, but where the players currently sit, you're thinking it's an A split actually through top mid instead, and both of these Pacific players separated on either end of the hold.
Waddle should have an idea. He's played Sunset enough. Was big. Back on the Dynasty hold. Alaranti with a chance. They fight forward and they're going to catch Waddle as well. Meanwhile, Ninja takes main space and finds himself a little pocket in which to work with.
Yeah, actually, Cupid's going to be here as well to join him. No TP to get past the trap, but doesn't change what mates already know.
Operator doesn't connect. Mini is not impressed at all. So we're back to 2-on-2. That grab net looks just about to hit Martine. It doesn't, but Ninja's shots do. How good is your ulti here? Ninja just holding on. There's a defuse going on. Bippo, you need to get a move on. He's missed his chance. Pacific wall even.
Yeah, I don't know what Bippo was thinking there. Maybe just calling the bluff with the ultimate. Ninja hunting for a kill. But discipline shown on the Pacific side, and they're back on terms. It's sort of through the Gentlemates timeout that you're now seeing them come back to life. There are still ultimates for the French organization here on their attack side. And again, into this composition, I think the half result's still favorable if they walk away with 5.
Thing is, though, Gentlemates are about to throw everything at you. Although 7 walking out, he wasn't here last time.
This is a change-up of grand proportions, as is Mini landing the op shot this time around. Double entry for Gentlemates, both mid players taken. Cupid still trying to get himself involved, as is Waddle, but nothing going for them on round 11. Gentlemates have steadied course, and with their sights set on A, it's a spike plant and the lead restored.
The fact that Martin keeps his run it back, going to be massive for this last round. Valorant probably looking for this save. Look at the money. It's not the best spot. I mean, if he did a little bit of damage here, wouldn't be the worst pick.
I mean, this is the thing. Pacific have more than enough cash for him to throw something at this. It's, what, last round of the half coming up?
Yeah.
Cupid's got op money anyway. Everyone else is pretty well stocked. It's just a case of Valorant maybe not wanting to give an orb over to Starso, who is the main protagonist in this hunt. Getting closer to his own Sova ulti. Yeah, it's been a really weird map, Cairo. Lots of back and forth.
Yeah.
Neither team really taking the game by the reins as it stands.
Yeah.
That second half really open for the take-in.
I think that's the thing with Sunset, though. It really does feel like post-plant, like constantly being recycled, those type of rounds,
Sure.
you know. I'm sure we see some luck plays, some mid plays, but I think in a way it can sometimes feel like split in the way that it works out.
It's a map which has seen a lot of changes since its introduction, back end of 2023. Devs constantly talking about the game loop, all the buzzwords. I won't say them for you, but yeah. Pacific, I think bringing Waddle in as well, if you're talking about his history on that Dynasty team, it was all about the retakes, it was all about having this solid micro. If that's the win conditions that they're playing for, Gentlemates you can constantly see trying to interrupt it as much as possible.
Yeah, I think they always had set retakes as well, though, with the utility. At the same time, how do they deal with this one as they try to break in towards market? Nice combo play with the Hunter's Fury and the Grav Net. Doesn't quite work out in a kill, but certainly helps Seven to get one himself.
He's going to be spotted in backside here, though, and Alorante has to leave his pit. He dies.
Yeah, gets caught out. Tap of the spike. Seven knows there's bodies heading his way. Can't quite defend it. So Cupid with a TP on flank. Bippo knows about this. And Waddle has to approach from CT himself. This is going to be a difficult one. I think at this point, we know exactly how it's going to work out.
Yeah, should be Gentlemates, but Waddle finding another one keeps you interested. Only fleeting, though. Cupid having already alerted his position. It's either retaking through mid or main. And the latter is covered by Bippo. 7-5, mate, with a lead on their own map pick. But it is a small lead at that.
Kunde coming back from...
It's there from Kunde, but they're going to need more than insights here, Hazard. They're going to need to go and convert this map, or Pacific could go and win their first series ever in VCT.
I'll tell you what they're going to need, Cairo. They're going to need a pistol round. They've not won a single one so far. Mini starts it well. 7 down to 61. And he's got the kill this time.
Oh, he's lucky that the trap doesn't bring him down any lower. But Gentlemates respond in kind. Very quick to the A site. And you've got a late lock through Waddle in mid.
Yeah, Starso manages to pick up Waddle, though, so he's out of the picture now. And Mate's just intensifying this retake attempt. Fast flood through before the spike hits the ground. Seven, the last one standing, and Starso will bury him in the middle of the site. A bounce back to form for the captain.
Yeah, thank God. Comes at the right time. Gentlemates start to extend their lead on the defence. And I think this pistol round is very similar to the one we saw on the other half.
Yeah, it is. I think the difference here from Gentlemates is just showing that they're a little bit more willing to get in position and go early, which is something you need to do on Sunset sometimes. You can't just play straight up retake. It wasn't very nice.
He won't be getting invited to dinner.
No, he won't. Man, I'm so sheltered with these muted replays. It's crazy. Forgot what swearing sounds like.
Yeah.
Full eco for Pacific, though. Tell a lie, there's one bandit in the hands of Seven. What can he do?
Well, he's not going to do a whole bunch. Yeah, he's gone, mate. He's downstairs.
Eastern stairs. They're all over him.
Yep, and Pacific are left outside. So, gap of 4, and Gentlemates now onto the bonus.
Yeah, look, this is where the gap can really start to grow between the teams. I think heading into a bonus with just the one fatality there, you're seeing the Pacific trying to set this early tempo of quick hits. Wondering if they now reel back or if we just get more of the same. Of course, the defenders sided comp, what mates are playing, a little more vulnerable. No Deadlock, no Viper, no big tools to stop you from just sending it. I mean, Bippo's on the Cypher, but he's also 2 and 7. And it's actually his site that they're hitting into.
Kill traps set up, and the camera already taken away. The Sova utility looks spot on by Waddle, but it's this cage that could be the real issue. Force back and all the site easily taken.
Yeah, one trap left now. That wide swing out on the right side, but the spike's made its way over. And mates have arrived. What a shot from Starso. Don't know how he's hit that. Looked like he was mid-flight. With Martin teeing up a flash, the slide timing's perfect. Mini, like a thief in the night, just snatches it away. Pacific finally start to answer through Alorante. 2 kills deep, but it's got to be a quad if he wants to win it now. Caught by Prox on the edge of the wall. And in that wraparound on the B site, it is Mate to add to their advantage with a bonus win.
Yeah, I mean, the flash perfectly timed. Set retake, really, it feels like, by Gentlemates with how good the utility is.
Bye-bye.
Nicely called, and overall, Gentlemates looking to start this defense off perfectly.
Oh my god, my bandito! Yeah, thoroughly impressed with how mates have come out swinging in this second half. Then again, Cairo, I think back to the previous map, it was pretty much a carbon copy, right? Gentlemates were the ones who didn't get any attacking rounds. Now it's Pacific in the same position. Could be on for another 13-5 before you know it, but it's a bit of a half investment here. 3 stingers and another full B take.
Although Martin playing within the corner pretty far forward, trying to be a little bit cheeky and punished for it. Bippo at the back is saying he's not had the best returns, but does so now. Lovely spray down. Pacific still fighting in. And Mini looking to finish things off. Gentlemates all the way up to 11.
Yeah, this is looking concrete now. Of course, for Pacific, that is not the be-all and end-all round. They will have rifles in the next, but it just doesn't feel like we've seen a tempered take from them once. No contacting, no defaults whatsoever. It's just direct.
They're just overpowering, and the attack just have not been able to hold on to things whatsoever.
Yeah. I think it's still a pertinent conversation that you build up there, though, because it's all a case of knowing when to take your timings in these post-plant situations. On the defender's side, it felt like Pacific didn't get the best of it. On the attack side right now, it's just been back in the saddle round on round, not really had a chance to assess the situation a lot of the time. Sensor put under the arch top mid. And that's actually Gentlemate's cue to go on the offensive. Super aggressive in A main. Knocking on the door, no answer on the Pacific side for now. But 45 seconds into this round, Cairo, they don't have too much real estate here.
Yeah, they don't. They're waiting to see what Gentlemates are going to do. They know that that A space has been taken, and now mid starts to be eaten into by the defense. They're going for it, and it's just clean by Mini. 22 kills now as he starts to encroach on at least 25 before this half ends. It's a nice grab net, but there's no capitalization. How many times have we said that about Pacific? Nice utility, but still no kills, and Spike's lost.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, Mini gets the breakthrough by just shift walking past the sensor. Not fully fortifying that mid-control for Pacific. And a lapse in concentration has thrown away the round, which sort of would have kept them in this game, I think. Very tentatively, of course. But looking at it here, oh my goodness, Ninja. He walks away with 3, but Mini gets all 5. It's an ace from him. And Gentlemates up to 12.
Yeah, Mini is definitely leading the line here. You can see that they'll stop behind the Pacific composition and how they want to play it, but how it is actually in practice, it doesn't look up to scratch. I'm starting to worry now for Pacific.
My first day! Because you are cheats! Everyone cheats! Cheats!
Quite obsessed
Found
with
the
that.
mute button eventually, yeah.
Quite obsessed.
It's not my Valorant. Back in the day, Yampi used to open his mouth and you didn't hear a damn thing. Nah, I love it.
Do you?
Yeah, I think we need more banter between the
Oh,
players
right,
on
okay. I
stage.
thought you were talking more about the...
What, Yampi opening his mouth?
No, more about what Mini was talking about.
Oh.
But Pooh, I thought you were obsessed with Pooh.
Moving swiftly on. I actually have no idea how to respond to that.
Good, well...
Pacific flushed away already, though, at this point. As Martin gets the opening kill. It's going from bad to worse here. 5 versus 4 situation. Reveal lands. Ninja is going to be able to find his man in mini at least once here. But Bippo has already picked up a couple himself. Valorant exposed. Nowhere to go if you're Cupid. Gentlemates in re-debuting Sunset have looked absolutely fantastic, matching that 13-5 result from Pacific with one of their own.
Yeah, I think overall we can start to see Pacific's identity for this next split.
For sure.
I mean, after Sunset, it left a lot to be desired, but on Ascent, as Mini was saying, it's tried and tested. It's had its successes. It was Apex who really got most of its success. As Waddle was really trying to take the fight through mid.
So often we connect those two Ascension teams, say that they've got similarities, but I think you're quite right. In terms of compositions, just having an off-meta pick, something that teams have to directly prep you for, can definitely equip you for the long run, but we'll just have to see how that goes. It's been a game of 2 halves so far. Pacific have tended to start well. Valorant turns his back on middle, and with that, Martin starts the kills for Gentlemates. It's 1 in middle as we cross the minute mark.
I mean, we saw what happened when Gentlemates got the pistol round in the second half of Sunset. That momentum, very difficult to stop. Could be the same here on Ascent, as we know how momentum-based this map can be.
As Valorant is in general.
Yeah, 3 players strong for the defense on B.
It's a push of 5 players from mates that are now ensuing.
Oh, Dart not going the right place as well.
It just gives a little bit of safety towards market though, so now everyone can focus on this site hit.
Now Waddle has announced himself with the Sheriff and has done well, but that's a good shot. The classic of Cooper not able to finish the job, but the spike will go down and end out the round in eliminations, even though that spike was already down for Gentlemates.
Final 7 seconds and Gentlemates finally hit the site. This is such an awkward exchange with Valorant, just turning away there. It's not one he's going to want to watch back in the VOD review, that's for sure. Pacific had players in the right place, but it wasn't a full gamble on the B site in the end. And so mates with their second pistol in the series, and it's just carrying forward that momentum you were talking about into Ascent hit.
Well, 4 players are trying to work their way into B main. Bippo already beginning to run away. Must have heard something and given information to the attack as they start to run down A.
Yeah, you can see there is a Cypher Cam just cloaked from Valorant right now, yet to be used. So playing into the retake again, but I think honestly in this map, Kyra, this is where I want to see Pacific show us a little bit more of those protocols, whether they are playing for these set retakes or if they have players that they can support and flood, because it didn't look great on Sunset, really.
Oh, Sheriff C.
Oh, it's Bippo.
Hello, mate. Goodbye, mate. He's still able to get 1.
Oh, dear. That's unlucky if you're Waddle.
Yeah. Same time, though. Good for Bippo to get things started off well. Still bodies here for Pacific to make this a difficult
they're
one.
running into Pacific. They could get swept away by the tides here if they're not careful. No one's cleared Ninja. There's one.
One enemy remaining.
Just need one more to make this costly. And it looks like Gentlemates are going to get away with the 3 rifles heading into their bonus. So second on the board now, but not without caution.
Yeah, I think there is a little bit of caution into this one. At the same time, Gentlemates, I mean, you look at the pieces that they're bringing into this one, and you'll see it in just a second. This is a very dangerous bonus round that Pacific need to be careful, need to walk with trepidation.
Sure.
I mean, sure that you've got Sentinels to rely upon, but if you get caught off guard by the fast flood of Gentlemates, this could very quickly be over.
Desk was talking about the effectiveness of the fakes that Gentlemates were calling on their Sunset attack side. And in some ways,
No escape.
Ascent plays similarly in terms of your extremity control, giving yourself an outlet to go back to later on. Casting a wide net on this one as Ninja is the first sounds of gunfire outside of A. And Waddle catches a glimpse of the B push.
Yeah, only 2 though. There was one more hidden in the corner, that is Bippo, and he's going to be the deposit as the players head elsewhere.
Cover going.
And it's based off of that information in both limits of the map that you see Pacific start to get interested towards mid. There was a couple players in short thinking about it. Now it's under the arch where they're looking to go, and Prox, lucky to live that. Cupid eventually cuts him out the picture, dashing behind from Mini to capitalize, and Mini makes them pay. 2 kills. And with that, back to a 3-on-3.
Starzo doesn't have a rifle to pick up, but Cooper is to receive Starzo now.
30
Does he
seconds.
check
I mean,
it?
this is the sole spike carrier. Starso has to be awfully careful here, but in catching the timing on Cupid with the reload, it's going to make for a 3-on-2. Ninja, one of those players trying to defend the site. Waddle with him as well. Couple kills each, but it's left down to Bippo. It's been a difficult series for him today, but if his impact can be felt any other way, it's through a clutch. Waddle, the rookie, against him. Already taking a bit of damage, but now the plant has to come in. Bippo forced to full stick or take the fight. Waddle with a bit of discipline shown and catches him on the repeat. Pacific in play, and it's Waddle to bring them there.
Did Waddle just shush after he clutched up as well? That's cold. Pacific get the bonus round, but at what cost? I mean, realistically, right, the rest of the bodies have already done what they need to on Gentlemates. This is lovely from Mini. And yeah, I think this next one, this next round, going to be difficult for Pacific to try and contest.
Yeah, he did shush. And to be fair, I saw Mini last map. It's warranted. It is warranted. But Pacific again with this calm, stoic demeanor about them. They understand that no series is won until both maps taken. They took an early lead, it didn't mean much, and now on this mixed investment, they are straight into the guillotine. A push out B is punished by mates, and a third queued up for the attack now.
Yeah, I think this is all but done. Prox is man marking Cooper out of the situation, and if he goes towards CT, there's 2 duelists awaiting him. So at this point, Gentlemates, again, momentum on their side?
Sure, and I think the overarching point to talk about comes back to what I was saying. Pacific and their mental state, as it's an in-zone flawless, because I think it's easy at this point in the game to now feel it starting to drift away from you, that destiny is no longer in your hands, but we know how well they can play. We saw it at the start of the day, whether that was mates sleeping at the wheel or not, remains to be seen, of course, but the way that they have geared up into this first attack half and really set the pace now, Pacific have a chance to respond.
Yeah, it feels like it starts to become less out of your control and more, oh, we're cursed and all that kind of narrative that you start to bring out.
And nobody wants to hear that either, right?
Exactly. We want Pacific to be able to contest and make some teams sweat. And I think so far, Gentlemates have been put through the grinder a little bit.
And they were that team only a year ago. You got to remember, the last time Prox was in this lineup, how many times did they get to 11 and not see it through? 12 even.
He's trapped here with no way out. Alaranti is the one clearing. Oh. And unfortunately, Bippo is the one who comes away with the kill, escapes the ultimate as well, and information given to the rest. Bippo's done excellently, but at least there's a trade.
Yeah, and all of this is just a distraction. Look at the ground that mates have taken on A.
Yeah, exactly. The information given through the neural theft, exactly what Gentlemates would have needed. Mini with a knife between the shoulder blades, continuing on and somehow surviving. He gets caught by one bolt, and Seven will at least get a trade.
Another freebie.
Yeah, it's just easy as that. Gentlemates have completely dismantled this round with no contest.
Seven's back-to-back with Martin. Neither of them any the wiser. But Pacific fall perfectly into a web spun of mate's own grand design. Seven's still going to give this one a go. Only one player on site here for now. It was Prox. Starto arriving late, but the result, the expected one, a 4-1 lead for the French club.
Yeah, I think this is timeout territory right now. I mean, Bippo does so well in main. Even to get one kill in the ultimate off, that's what sets up the round. And Pacific, I think that the biggest thing here, I'll just...
One extra point onto what I was saying. The attack side could be okay for them, right? Like, they can still bunker up with the Deadlock and the Cypher.
Yeah.
My problem is, you don't get a couple of rounds now, this one could be over pretty quickly.
We've seen a scent happen like this before. It's Waddle to receive with the Sheriff.
And actually, over on A, Mesh has been dropped by Ninja with 2 players playing in front of it. Nobody there, unfortunately, because it's a nice bait setup. But it will, at the very least, grant them information. A is clear, mid and B both a threat. It's a 4-1, leaning more towards main, where Gentlemates are making their approach.
They do not want to get caught off guard by any player and basically ask the question of Pacific, are you the one to make the first move? Instead, no, it will be Gentlemates as all the utility is prepared.
I mean, Pacific's still sort of gambling on a player walking up A because of how Gentlemates have been so map wide. Those fakes they've been selling, 1 or 2 players at a time. But now a full contact into the B site. Pacific have bodies, they don't have guns.
They don't, it's just pistols. And still though, Gentlemates have not taken any fights really at this point in time. Still waiting to be patient, still 30 seconds to play with. So they're not going to start sweating just yet. Still, these pistols try to make a nuisance of themselves, but that's what it is. Except for Valorant's Sheriff, that goes. Spike's still on the ground, and 2 players starting to come into the mixer. 15 seconds remain.
Both of the drop weapons in Speedway, so nothing that Pacific can recover here. Flank already known about now. Bippo.
Excellently done. 7-1 off of his ultimate. So just needs the first kill cleanly, and unfortunately not going to get it. A headshot, which he can't convert. Gentlemates up to 5.
Mini is the truth. I don't know why this guy was playing Sentinel for so long. We've seen him solo carry this mates team for a couple of seasons now. Not his first rodeo for sure, but just fully unleashed on the Jet, which I was talking about being the better of his duelists in his agent pool from what we've seen so far. It's just looking fantastic, 9-3. And look, Bippo on the other end of the roll swap also performing equally as well. So that's one way to answer critics. Back to the same setup we've seen a few rounds from Pacific now. No player presence beyond that barrier. And again, investigating middle. Nobody home, as we know.
Yeah, and I mean, still, you're happy with that? Question mark, good.
Yeah.
And that paranoia does just give away the
Exactly.
audibles.
No, there's no capitalization on it, so it's a big piece tossed into the ether.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's more information, I guess. At the same, I think there was a Omen ultimate off the back of it from Prox.
I mean, at the very least, they've got this insert of Valorant, so anyone walks back towards B, notably Bippo in a couple of seconds, should be a kill for him. Doesn't find it. And mates trying to gear up on the A hit with this run it back. Martin playing in behind. Hunter's Fury down onto Gen. Ninja condemned and killed. But a couple back from Pacific in the meantime. One on the site and one elsewhere means that they will have numbers into this retake.
Alarante's gone for the full flank, though. The Gentlemates need to be careful.
And so do they wait for him to arrive? Or do they take it a step early? Looks like the latter. And so it comes down to a 1v1. If Martin can find this, then all of a sudden, Gentlemate's back in a very strong position. He's thinking about it. But Valorant hesitant to take that timing. Just about misses his opportunity. Martin flashes back in and finds him. So all of a sudden, the wheels are falling off. Starso still on 1 HP though. Hanging in there by a thread. Traded out from Prox and Martin's still going. 3 for him now. Flashback on the angle. But Cupid to dig them out of a bad situation. The quicksand at their feet, but they won't falter.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. You could start to see Pacific sinking. Martin, I don't know how he wins that 1v1 on Alorante. Alorante's given all the utility in the world to succeed. Dodges the dart. It's a nice little trap play, or I say trap play, it's a nice little activation that you see from Pacific's defense on the other side of the map.
Nice! Come on, bring the shit back, baby.
Really does feel like a lot of the time Pacific, yeah, they're so set in how they want to play the end of these rounds that mates have it figured out. Want to disrespect as much as possible, as this is a meaningful buy for both. Mini just clawing away at the mid authority. The trap's been spotted and Starso will shock it for him.
Yeah. That space now noted though, and you can see that Seven's watching it at this moment in time. And Pacific are going to react entirely.
Yeah, deep trap gets broken instantly, so they know Pacific aren't with a deep sight hold. Mates snatching at the opportunity.
Still, the rotates from the other side of the map very, very late. And that's going to allow this B site to be completely vulnerable. So 3 versus 5 retake, and I think at this point in time, the white till has been thrown in.
Yeah, full cancel from Pacific. They've not got loads of cash. They're still in a decent enough position though. But I mean, from here, no reason to give it a go.
I would really like it if we saw Pacific just gamble once. You know, play like, come up with like a better retake, I guess, setup for one of the sites and play entirely for that. I mean, you think about it, the 2 rounds they've won have been retakes, and just get Gentlemates to execute into a stack for once.
Yeah, I think actually the thing I want to pick up on this round specifically is just the situational awareness from mates to react off of that trap getting placed in main. Yeah. They know that the Cypher's out of position. How many times have Pacific been bunkering up deep to try and flood in there on B with the additional layer of support? So for as much as we can critique how the defense have been playing, mates deserve their flowers in this situation. And those in rows move up to 6 now. This is a lead which continues to build on the attack side, and for Pacific, a couple opportunities left for them to get bare minimum 2 more rounds from the 4 that we have to play here.
Saving grace is that Pacific's post plans will be good. We know that. But it's whether they can get into post, right? That's going to be the big question.
It's also, again, just the end of this first half. Can they get the rounds that is even going to give them the foundation to make that feasible, Cairo? Because it's going to be, what, almost 2 halves, 3 halves of Valorant across the maps where they have looked massively out of favour.
Well, I mean, so far, over 3 halves of Valorant, they've won something like 7 rounds.
Sure. So the point being, where does that spark come from?
Well, this trap in A could be it. This Ninja is noted, but 7 isn't.
Yeah, 7's still tucked away in wine, but mates, a little hesitant to engage here. Just reel back for a moment. You can see in the meantime, Bippo's been holding it down in mid. You got Starso in B tiles. And it's from this point, after a little bit of fact-finding, that they look to converge on the site.
I have the spike.
Kill trip set up. Alorante playing keep away. I think this is the gamble you were looking for. Oh my god, what a shot from Bippo.
Unbelievable, and it's just unlocked the B site. You can see players starting to get back into Boathouse, a similar position we've seen them try and hold from before, and every single time Gentlemates have managed to dismantle it.
Looks like it's going to be more of the same here. Excellent shot to the feet of Waddle. Plant coming in. 6 seconds to spare and 7 is out of there. That one wasn't intentional, I promise.
You're under suspicion, has a JC.
I mean, after considering your comments in the previous match, you do not have a leg to stand on.
You just love poo, mate.
I'm actually just not going to say anything. This is
Okay.
yours. This post round is yours.
Thank you very much. I don't think there's much to really talk about, if we're being honest. B-site has the success rate, right, has just not been found. A couple of times we've seen Gentlemates head towards A. That's where Pacific have really shown their mettle. But since then, B-site has just been so weak.
So heading out of that one, we are into a second Pacific timeout of this first half. And, oh yeah, just look at this, man. What a shot from Vippo. The correction, and Ninja can't believe it. Unfortunate way to go. Felt like Pacific had the right idea.
Last player standing.
Yeah, I mean, the Blender, Project Blender.
And actually, Cupid didn't play in Blender
Oh, no,
because
he
it was
didn't.
Mystic Igelling.
So it was.
You're telling porkies.
Cheers, mate. That was just an off the head one, and
Clocked, mate.
I will not
Clocked.
be doing that again.
Gagged.
What? Hello? Just like, oh no, it's all gone wrong from either side. Pacific have got a real chance. Finally,
One enemy remaining.
they're managing to win a round that isn't a retake. Martin starting to back away and forced to Sabrosa.
Yeah. And the reveal on top of his head is just insult to injury. Bounce of the flash, but Alarante's there to pick up the pieces. Exactly what we want to see from Pacific. A round which feels like it was cooked straight out of the strat book, but it has got them another here.
Yeah, and a couple of ultimates online off the back of it. Nice little mid play. Ninja not accounted for. Oh, sorry, was accounted for, but one is dual. And there was nothing off the back of it. Gentlemates on the back foot, couldn't course correct. And at the end, what are we going to see out of these ultimates? Because I think that's where my big question mark is for this next round.
Yeah, 7 threatening that mid walk up instantly. Cupid spamming the breakable panel of Link.
Yeah, B, this is the site that's been really weak for Pacific so far, and this is where Gentlemates head things.
The barrier drops in though. Plenty of audio given away. Net lands, but oh, is going to miss. Stars actually got caught in that. He covered so much ground. Cupid still with this Odin in middle though, gets the opening kill.
Yeah, and also out. Had to use the paranoia and still trying to head for the hills. Gentlemates start to really assault A's. Starzo's going mid.
Oh, yeah, full cancel on this. Cupid dropped all the way back through tree, and now it's market where mates are headed.
Yeah, Ninja taking main space is going to be huge, but they go one step further. Pacific know this as they walk in with a little bit of anxiety, and it comes true. Gentlemates, once again, prove to be the issue that Pacific cannot solve.
How many times have we seen them go deep and find value through mid? Starso, the beating heart
30
of this
seconds
team,
left.
his influence coursing through their veins. Big 2 versus 3 about to go down in B main.
The defense playing on the front foot. Ninja! It's huge! One more to find, but Prox provides an answer. So Starzo tries to get the fight early onto Cupid, who has an Odin, and he's chasing shadows.
Yeah, at what point does he realize? I think it's only just now that the penny drops and that decision has to be made. Is it save or savior? Looks like it'll be the former. Doesn't want to give it a go. And with the door closing, I think that's alerted Starso to the situation as well. Still just keeping tabs on this, but there you have it. 8th round queued up for the mates. And they will be very happy with how this first half has gone. Pacific still the jury out. We placed a lot of providence on that second half, man, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure I see the turnaround happening right now.
I need something special. Halftime team talk that will bring things back on board for Pacific. 2 timeouts used and only 3 rounds accrued.
Last round in
That
the
sums things up in the way that it has gone. And yeah, I mean, you can see from here, nice little start from Cupid. But it's this step forward that really changes the direction of the round.
Yeah, it's just a great call. Ninja doing his absolute best here. But even past that 2 kills, can't hang on for one more.
Oh.
Final round of the opening 12.
That's a double op.
I mean, mates have cash for fun, monopoly money on this attack side. Bippo is one of those ops, and I'm not quite sure if they know. They know about Mini now. He's announced himself in mid with a double very quickly off the mark, and again, mates taking that early advantage.
There could be a problem occurring, though, at the same time, as Mini goes back to try and get that spike. And he's lucky, because now everybody's starting to head on top of him.
Yeah, neural theft, perfect timing, though. But as you say, that is the spike now back in spawn for mates. 2 players just sitting over it here on the Pacific side with a smoke drop right in the middle. And Martin actually aided by it, reverse engineering this one to look for a fight. 7 on the other side, but Cupid with his back to things in Gelato.
As well as 7. Oh, yeah, that's going to be unfortunate. Still the spike in spawn, and time's starting to get low.
35 seconds. 7 with an Odin in attack spawn. Like a trolling ranked teammate,
left.
but he has been cut loose in the end. And well, mates are taking quite the time to clear every last corner.
Yeah.
Whichever site they head to, they have numbers, and Cupid's 1 away from the ult, so he can't TP to help Waddle.
No, he is not, but there is at least an info and a shock dart in Waddle's belt.
Sends out the shock,
10 seconds
connects
left.
onto both. Brilliant damage. There's the recon, drops back to Boathouse. Just needs to stop the plant. That's all he needs to win this round. Martin gets it inside the smoke of Cupid. Waddle's still alive here, but Bippo could be the undoing of everything. All that hard work from Pacific in this round. 33 points of health, and he spotted his target. Dips back in, and Cupid catches him. And thank God he does for Pacific. 4th round is them hanging off the olive branch just about into this second half.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a very difficult half for Pacific, let's be honest. But they've given themselves a lifeline for that second half, and that's what's most important. But with that being said, we'll see if Pacific can make that comeback after a quick half-time break.
One enemy remaining.
And Martin make them pay. We've seen them do it on the attack. Can they do it on the defense?
And from the stylistic assessment of both of these teams and how they've been playing across the opening couple, if you're just joining us, I would say that mates should be equipped to deal with what Pacific are going to hurl at them. And already Mini lets himself be known.
Down A.
Opens proceedings. It's Martin to get things started. Opens up his account with a kill in A main. You can see Pacific still trying to take this space, but mates bouncing back. Immediate utility sent their way. Right down their throat here, Ninja getting one onto Prox. It's so messy, and that's when 7 pops up to save them. Has the spike, has some breathing room, and can get the plant in on A.
He's lucky it's a pistol round. It's going to take a while for that door to break, so he gets safety.
It is fleeting. There was a slide there for him, but Starso and this bandit has not missed a beat today. Another pistol for Gentlemates. Pacific won the opening 3. Mates have won the closing 3, and that might just be the difference.
That could be, especially with Gentlemates about to grab double digits. I mean, you think about the pressure of the numbers. I mean, 6 to 8 versus 10 to 4. It's completely different, worlds apart. And that mid brawl,
Yeah.
I mean, it just feels
El
like
Bandito.
fisticuffs.
More than anything, I would say that you look at how mates are setting up these plays, it's just backing their individual ability to the nth degree there. Prox is playing solo tree. He blinds and goes for a fight on 2 players. I don't see the same kind of difference being made by Pacific. I guess 7 did well there, but now just classics. They're into the meat grinder.
Yeah, it will be. It will feel like that. It is just fodder for the ultimate farm.
I think the one you really got to be tracking right now is Starso. He would love that ultimate. Hunter's Fury towards the bonus.
he's
Gonna pick up
certainly
another one here. Ooh, no more for Starso, but the death, yeah, just puts him one away.
Yeah, and Gentlemates, with the fact that they are one away, have a tool for retake, it just looks so much easier. Overall, I think it has to be said that Gentlemates have been absolutely dominating. Pacific showed us a flash of brilliance in that first map, but since then has it, as we've said before, it's now 9 rounds in total that we've seen across 4 halves of Valorant.
Yeah, not enough. And now, Mates with a chance to extend their advantage. Again, Martin just unwilling to give an inch in A main. Fights up early, Spectre in hand. It's Prox trying to assess the lay of the land behind him. Mini's already dashed up all the way catwalk. He gets in behind in A main. There's another layer to this with Starso in position as well. Pacific wary of it. Alorante left behind in Link. He's going to lose out to the Bandit too. Is there no end to this madness? Finally put down is the captain of Mates. But Pacific have taken serious casualties.
7 low, 1 body shot would be enough.
And Bippo can't quite thread the needle. The Cypher away from his setup signals that Pacific can take some space back towards B, but as he opens up the cage, here is Bippo now with a stinger. 7 gone, and Ninja
I have the spike.
forced to recover this solo.
Oh, they're waiting for him.
And he just walks right into the crosshair. Prox puts him down, and as good as Ninja has been in the hot seat, it is not Pacific's day today.
Is it ever Pacific's day? It feels like rounds like this that completely do not fill you with confidence, fill you with dread if you're a Pacific
Need a
fan.
drop. Salamat, thanks.
I mean, I don't think there's anything more that can be said. Gentlemates, certainly, they've had a test on the first map, but since then, they have shown what they are capable of. 2 rounds away from winning map number 3.
Molly again lands in. Chip damage to Cupid in A main. And right now, Pacific slow on the uptake. 7's got the overdrive, and that's what you're expecting to be the main force of this assault.
That's what you're hoping will be the main force. But you've got a lot of distance to try and get through. And, well, seems to get through it with little to no issue.
Yeah, Starso coming in with his own ultimate here as well to just support him. Proxy bolts beaming through in bright blue. Gentlemates on 12 now, surely. Alorante 1 versus 5. This game has just got out of control.
It really has. And I think this is exactly what you expect of Gentlemates. Role changes have looked more than good. Split, maybe can be left to the back of the vetoes for the future.
Sure.
But at 12-4, you cannot
30
discount
seconds
them
left.
in the run for champs.
It's been all about defender-sided dominance. You want to talk veto. Both teams chose to start on the defense every single time they had the opportunity. We have not seen a single second half attack side round yet, and with that being an in-zone flawless, it doesn't get any easier for Gentlemates.
It does not. And I don't think Pacific would have thought that this would have been an easy task. It's been a nice warm-up. They knew that they could win split, but since then, I feel as if there has been not any belief at all.
No.
Run it back online for Martin. That's probably going to be the win condition for any retake should Gentlemates need it.
Here.
Info game early.
Camera taken.
1 out by Mates, you would feel. Bippo, Canary in the coal mine. First sign of danger towards B.
Gotta go.
7 gets sighted, and the spam does not connect.
Territory, my rules.
Already we're seeing the deadlock
Spike.
ultimate, but Martin, as you say, has grabbed Spike and it just falls apart. Rounds like this, players taking ones, and somehow Pacific managed to get a couple of their own. Somewhat falling apart here.
No escape.
Yeah, Ninja still needs to get the spike back, though. This is where the last 2 Mates players are.
Well, they're going to be able to at least get one of them. Martin having to head for the hills. Beppo getting spammed out. Nearly caught out. Waddle can't win that duel. So it's up to Ninja to deny Gentlemates. With 4 bullets left, he needs to reload.
All hit the headshot.
Oh, Ninja's managed to escape Beppo.
Might just have
30
gotten
seconds
away
left.
from Martin here as well. I mean, he's into spawn, so has the lay of the land, his choice. It's going to be the A site. I said get away from Martin. He's walking into trouble. Martin has the checkmate here. Checkmate from the checkmate to make it 13.
10
We'll
seconds
see.
left.
With 4 bullets, Ninja hasn't reloaded. He's decided to go for it. And Martin will have to swing wide for this fight. He'll get it. Gentlemates do the reverse sweep in this first best of 3. They were made to sweat on split, but since then, it has been French dominance from Gentlemates.
Prox on his glorious return 337 days later, kicking it off with a win in the VCT. And Cairo, I've got to say, after that first map,